Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS hitter picks for Monday, May 1st, 2017. I'm your host, Nick from CWE on all of your favorite daily fantasy sites, and I'm here to break down my top 3 favorite tournament hitters for tonight. And it is a very nice slate, like I said. Got a lot going on in terms of pitching and hitting, so should have no shortage of options to move forward with. I already dropped my 3 favorite pitchers in the previous video. Now we're here to talk what bats we like. Let's start things off with Salvador Perez, 3K on FanDuel. It goes without saying that the Royals are a very frustrating team to try to use in terms of daily fantasy, because it seems like every time that they're in a good position, they just underwhelm. I'm not going to shy away tonight because they get Dylan Covey, who was once a promising prospect, but has not looked very good lately in a relatively short sample size. He's allowed a 521 WOBA, 31% fly ball rate, and a 33.3% hard hit rate against right-handers, and Salvi Perez is a very good right-handed hitter. Price is fair across all sites, I think, and he's a guy I definitely want to have some upside, or I want to have some exposure to tonight because of the upside that he offers us. Next up, I want to go over to the Cleveland-Detroit game, and I want to pick on Daniel Norris for a little bit. Taking on these Indians, that's never a fair task to ask of a pitcher, but what I think we can do tonight is we can target him with some right-handers. Chief of those for me is going to be Jose Ramirez. I know he's a switch hitter. For whatever reason, I just prefer him from the right-hand side of the plate. Having an excellent year, just a great all-around option for whatever format you want to use him in, quite frankly. The price is up there a little bit. $4,100 isn't exactly cheap, and especially not someone we're looking for on a day with Clayton Kershaw, but the reality of the situation is this is a tournament-driven video, and you're not going to be playing a ton of Clayton Kershaw. You might be playing a ton of Clayton Kershaw, but I'm looking to diversify at the pitching position and use some of the cheaper guys so I could get in some of the bats like Ramirez. Like I said, he's got enough power, 6 home runs already on the year. He could grab a base here or there, but likely to be involved in whatever offense the Indians are putting together tonight. Love him at this price, $4,100. Next up, we will go to a guy who is probably the purest definition of a tournament hitter tonight, and that is Anthony Rizzo at home, taking on the Philadelphia Phillies and Vincent Velasquez. We know that Velasquez is another one of those high strikeout pitchers. He could certainly put together an absolutely amazing game, but he has some very, very serious struggles with left-handed hitting. He can shut him down. There's no guarantee every single game that he's going to give up some damage to left-handed bats, but if he does, this is where it's going to come from. It's going to be coming from Rizzo, Zobrist, Schwarber. His price kind of puts him in that position where, again, it's going to be really tough to put, like I said, on DraftKings. I mean, you put Kershaw and Severino in there, you have 3,500. Here he is over 5K. That drops your remaining amount to spend, I would assume, down to about 32, maybe even floating around 3. So going to be tough to fit him in, but I think he's going to be plenty worth it. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Cubs kind of roll the Phillies tonight and get things moving forward again. Like I said, Rizzo, a guy with a ton of power, can hit a guy like Velasquez, maybe not with the greatest of ease, but if he gets a hold of one, it's going to be a fun show to watch. So that'll wrap it up. Relatively short video today for our hitters. I'll be back a little bit later to break down the NASCAR race from Richmond yesterday, go into a little bit as to what was offered in our premium service. Try to get some of you on board for that with Talladega coming up. Every week we've won this year, so hoping to keep that momentum going forward. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to researchfantasy.com, sign up for our MLB mailing list, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.